What's up, guys? My verdant kid here, coming to you again. How's everybody doing? Yeah, you guys are seeing my ugly mug again. no, I have some news for you guys that I want to talk about. A friend of mine sent me an email about an interesting article on comicbookmovie.com, and it's regards to Iron Man 3. So I'm here to give you some news about it, and also give my thoughts on the situation at hand. Okay? So, it seems that Sir Ben Kingsley is in talk for Iron Man 3 to play a villain in the role. Now, Ben Kingsley is a very, very talented actor. I've seen a lot of his movies, and he's always been subpar and very good at the roles he's played. Um, Guy was in talks to play the Vulture at one point, which I would have gladly taken. Adrian Toomes, really cool. Uh, him playing a villain is cool. I don't mind that. He's played plenty of villains, so I'm not minding about that. And with the if they were able to put him in the movie, if he negotiates right and gets into this movie, they'll have a pretty stuttered cast again for Iron Man 3. I mean, you have Academy nominated nominee uh, Robert Downey Jr., Don Cheadle, winner Gwyneth Paltrow, and winner Ben Kingsley. So that'd be cool. Um, However, here's some and what they've saying that the movie, the third movie, will also be based off of the extremist storyline that Warren Ellis and all of them did. Uh, the extremist storyline was very interesting. It kind of gave a little bit more flavor and brought Iron Man back to a point of like, because a lot of people were kind of weaning off of Iron Man. He wasn't kind of up to date in some people's eyes, so they decided they went with this storyline, and it was good. It was good. I have it. I do have it somewhere in that big pile over there in that collection. But I thought it was good. But it didn't have a main villain to it. I mean, there was this guy. I remember he whooped Tony. Tony put the extremist formula in him, whipped the guy. That was it. End of story. Uh, but the sources say that Kingsley is not going to play the Mandarin, who we all want to see in the movie. I mean, I don't care if you're an Iron Man fan or not. When you think of Iron Man, you may know the character. You ask anybody who's Iron Man's villains. Not too many people know his rogues, but they know one guy. And they're like, oh, that Asian guy with the Fu Manchu mustache and the rings. That's so they'll know that. Oh, you mean the Mandarin? Yeah. But it seems that he's not what it seems like, and I quote the director Shane Black. He's directing this. As I quote, he says basically he's not interested. He has no interest in bringing the Mandarin to the big screen, and here's why. He describes him as a racist caricature. Basically, his character is kind of racist. He, he's an exaggerated form of racism. Um, and Marvel refuses to comment on the deal, on that deal, basically. Uh, let's take that for a sample. Mr. Black's description and views on the Mandarin being a racist caricature. Uh, you got to remember, guys, when Iron Man first came out, he came around a time when communist was big. It was everywhere. The 60s, huge with communists. Mostly all his villains were communists, some form of communist. Okay? The Mandarin came out, And yes, he did look like your stereotypical villain, with Asian villain with the stereotypical, Fu Manchu mustache and this and that. And I can agree with Shane Black on one side of that point. But on the other side of where my foot is of that gate, they have modernized the Mandarin years over and over and over to the point now that you forget that. You forget the fact that yeah, he's an Asian villain. He's a and he and things like that. They've modernized him from being that stereotypical to looking more like a sorcerer, like maybe in the mid 90s, and then now to he's now this big business tycoon character, but has the martial arts background still, and he's got the 10 rings of Makino on him, like what they're doing now in Invincible Iron Man. Now he does not look anything like how he looked in the 90s. He looks like a devious businessman, and that's perfect. And so I'm not fully on par with what Shane Black is talking about how he can't. There's no interest in putting him because if you look at the movies in a way, or just even the first movie of Iron Man, it gave hints. John Favreau gave hints of the Mandarin. I mean, come on, the 10 rings. I mean, only an idiot would not know who that was. And I'm not calling anybody an idiot. I'm sorry. Let me rephrase that. Anybody who is an Iron Man enthusiast would know what he meant by that. Okay? So I can't really agree on what Mr. Shane Black has said. Part of me is like, okay, I can understand his point of view, but the other part of me, I say 25% of my body, of my being is saying, okay, I understand. But the rest of the 75% is saying, that's bullshit. That's bullshit. You can modernize him. You can make him work. But my feelings on Ben Kingsley being in the movie, I'm all for that. I'm cool with that. As long as Marvel Studios continues to give us good stories, good developments, and an all-around good movie as what they've been doing so far, I'm great with it. I'm good with it. I'll ride this storm through. I'll ride with you guys to the end. And as for the extremists, having this story based on the extremists, they really got to deep into more than just that story because that story was not that big. Okay. Uh, and the fact that this is taking place after the Avengers movie, you know, okay, so we should see what Tony's been up to after the Avengers. Uh, but like I said, my feeling on on that matter, my feelings on Shane Black's decision, interest in not bringing the Mandarin, his decision of feeling that Mandarin is a racist uh, portrayal of a character. Like I said, 25% with me is understanding. The rest is that's bullshit. I'm sorry, it's that's bullshit. I can't agree with that. Um, that's just how I feel. So I will leave that link, the link in the description, so if you want to read it yourselves and things like that. Uh, but other than that, guys, uh, I just wanted to get this info out there to you guys, and also thank my friend comic book dude too for giving me this information. Uh, what do you guys think of Iron Man 3, the movie being based off the extremist story arc, and Ben Kingsley playing a villain in the movie, and also Shane Black's feelings of No Mandarin? I have a feeling that they might put him in it anyway. Um, even if he doesn't want to. Um, I still have that feeling. Somehow they'll get him in there, but maybe just modernize him. That's all, you know. But other than that, guys, I hope you enjoyed this little discussion and this little take on my feelings on this piece. And other than that, you guys take care.